Curious City was a series I started in 2012 in Chicago at WBEZ, which is a public radio station there. And to me, I was looking as a young and new journalist to figure out ways of getting my audience involved before the story was completed, because I felt insecure as a new journalist with all the newfound power that I had, and wondered why I couldn't share that with the community. So I tried to figure out, were there ways that I could share that power that didn't freak out my editors in the newsroom, and could we create new and more interesting stories if we did that?
We have these three ideas of power, of relevance, and of delight through the lens of this project that I had a year's worth of time to experiment with. So I'm going to go through each one of these and kind of tell you.
Jennifer, I think, is doing work in engagement in journalism that's really on the cutting edge, so I was excited to learn from her and hear more about what Curious City's been doing, because that, I think, is one of the most exciting experiments in community engagement and audience engagement that exists in journalism right now.
And the last part, which was my favorite part as a reporter, was inviting the person who's question one to actually accompany us on reporting and be part of the story, and be part of the process, and bring their beginner's mind to our story as well.
You know, it seems kind of like a somewhat obvious thing to involve your public, but it just kind of occurred to me that it's not so obvious, that journalists often don't, you know, involve their audiences that directly, and I think it's a key thing to do.
I think probably the biggest takeaway was that there's really a demand for this, the idea that there is some really momentum around audience engagement and community engagement. Is exciting as someone who has been an advocate and has been studying that approach.
So this is like the bulk of the traffic that was coming to WBEZ were these stories that the public was initiating, which was really exciting to us. So
I think journalism is just going to continue to evolve in really interesting ways, and I think we've seen with shows like Serial, the podcast, and other ways of showing how journalism actually works, that the public cares and wants to know how the information that they're getting is procured, where it comes from, how it's decided upon. And so I think journalism is going to move toward a place where transparency is really important, and showing kind of how much work went into different stories and what the thought process were are going to become increasingly important to audiences as they try and figure out what to trust in a world that's full of a million choices and they all kind of look the same.